Alright, it's a new chapter, so we might as well do one of the flashback chapters while we're here, too. So, A Taste of Home, an unexpected visit.
And done. That takes care of the report. Who's there? Hans? Did you come here all by yourself? Boy, you sure are smart. Hey, stop tugging, Hans. What's up? Is there something this way? Okay, I get it. Lead the way. And you can stop biting my boots already.
You went and got Welkin for me? Nice going, Hans. Thanks.
I just got led around base by a pig. Any idea what he wants with me, Alicia?
Oh no, I was the one who wanted to see you. Are you hungry, Welkin?
Hungry? Well, yeah, actually.
Really? Oh, good. I whipped a little something up for you.
Bacon, with a side of ham.
Come see.
What? Back in the kitchen? Whoa.
That's where I keep all the knives. Come on. Bacon, 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 bacon. Tea for 2.5. 2.5 because they cut the pig in half.
Wow. I've never seen so much bread in one place. You baked all this yourself, Alicia?
Mm-hmm. It's been a while since I made anything. I was worried I might be getting a bit rusty. But the oven was free, so I helped myself.
It smells great. Okay, here goes.
Welkin? You okay?
Delicious!
Really?
Yeah. I've never eaten bread this good. It's really impressive.
Welkin, you look like a chipmunk.
You know how chipmunks and hamsters stuff their little cheeks full of food like that? I finally understand why.
What I don't understand is why Alicia cooks bread in armor. Alicia's ambition.
Oh, I'm so full. That was great, huh, Hans?
I can't believe you put it all away. It was a little scary watching you two eat. Still, I'm glad you liked it. It feels good to see people enjoying my bread.
It felt good eating it. Thanks for baking it all.
You're welcome. Oh, Welkin, you have some... Well, there's just a little crumb. There we go.
Oh. So, you said you worked at a bakery before the war started?
Yeah. I was a live-in apprentice under the Meister running the shop. Once things settle down, I plan on taking the national exams and opening up my own bakery.
Wow. You need to be licensed to run a bakery? That sounds pretty tough.
It's been my dream since I was a little girl. It's what I enjoy doing the most. I love imagining entire families eating the bread I make together. A loving husband, maybe, and cute little kids waiting for their mom to get home. She comes in with a big basket of my bread, and the kids all cheer and embrace her.
okay.
Oh, and what if my bread brings the husband and wife closer together? She could say, "Oh, honey, you have a crumb in your beard," and then she'd... Listen to me. That's just like what happened here a minute ago, Welkin, but
Are you alright, Alicia?
She just really wants to fuck you, like, really hard, and that's all she's thinking about.
Huh? I'm fine. Anyway, I'll keep baking it if you keep eating it.
It's a deal. And thanks again.
I choose to interpret literally that entire conversation as a mountain of innuendo. Give me new orders. I need them. I crave them.
Hello. I'll teach you awaken potential today.
It's happening!
Use it to call forth the natural potential lying dormant inside an allied unit.
It's happening!
Well, what is your decision?
That'll be 70 grand. Oh, cost of experience, that's kind of a bummer. I forgot about that. I thought it was the other thing. I wish... Alright. It'd be nice to get a really detailed breakdown of the exact characteristics of it, but okay. Let's just learn it. I've checked too many times to not learn it.
Very good.
Goodbye, sir. Let's play catch-up with our snipers and our lancers. A bit. There we go, that fits perfectly. Yeah, it's a bummer that the orders cost experience, just because experience is something that I can constantly use for this screen, but we're constantly held back on our ability to spend gold. Because there's only so much money. You learn damage boost. This order raises one ally's anti-tank attack power. We constantly have more and more money we could spend, but we can only get so many upgrades because a lot of them are locked. But you could keep leveling forever. Or at least keep leveling as long as we can see so far. So spending experience from the order is slightly disappointing. Lances can get a 10% damage boost. That'll be handy for taking out tanks. Get a firepower boost for the machine guns. I'm not super psyched about the added effect boost just because I don't know if I want to make my weapons even weaker. Because it does make them less powerful and less accurate and have less range in general. But maybe the bonus is worth it more. Probably more worth it for when you're fighting some kind of special super enemy if they're vulnerable to debuffs. Because fighting normal enemies, my goal is just to kill them. So I don't really care if their stats are going down. I'm trying to obliterate them in one action, hopefully. I'm going to say snipers, I probably want an accuracy boost. More than anything. Let's see, firepower starting off at 85, 65, so it's still damage boost for accuracy. It'll give you a nice upgrade of aim, so I think I want that more than anything, honestly. Because being able to reliably pull off headshots without wondering whether or not it's going to work out would be nice. Still no upgrade for grenades. Armors are staying static. Alright. So all the other upgrades on the tank right now take up spaces, but this machine gun upgrade is just a machine gun upgrade. So I might as well grab that because we have the spare cash. Everything else is going to take up blocks, and I'd have to have something in mind that I specifically want to replace if I want to do that. Because by and large, I'm actually kind of happy with the current setup. South Central forces team up. It did it again. It just freaks out every time I open this menu, I don't really know why. After months of deadlock, the Southern Gallian force broke through the defenses of Norville on the 14th. Built along a natural wall of thick forest, the enemy encampment had managed to resist all prior advances. According to the official report, Regiment 10 of Gallia's army was responsible for this victory, but our on-site correspondent calls it a militia win. En route back from their operation at Barrius, Squad 7 at the militia's 3rd Regiment of the militia's 3rd Regiment met with a surprise attack from the Imperial defenses at Norville and engaged the enemy in combat. Squad 7's brilliant efforts created a crack in the Empire's defense that Army Regiment 10 was able to exploit in a swift blitz, breaking the Norville defensive line apart for good. GOS to be cancelled. An EGP release issued on the 20th announced that the Glory of Speed, GOS, Europa's top motor race, has been called off for the year. This marks the first such cancellation in the event's 24-year history, likely the result of the difficulties in hosting an international race of this scale amid the worsening conflicts unfolding across the continent. The progress being made by automobile makers today is largely drafted into military use, and more than a few manufacturers have spurned such public events for fear of trade, and by extension, government secrets being leaked. Further informing the decision to call off the race. These explanations offer little solace, though, to disappointed racers and their fans. They seem to really consistently stick to being exactly 2 screens worth of stuff, huh? Is there a new chapter? Nope. Out of here. Still have to catch up on the other one in a future episode anyway. Then we'll be all caught up on those flashback scenes. Alright, Chapter 9, A Midsummer Incident, The Invitation.
Welkin Gunther reporting, Captain.
Hey, Welkin.
You got called in too, Faldio?
I apologize for calling the two of you in on an off-duty day. Princess Cordelia has graciously extended banquet invitations to the 3 of us.
What? But why us?
It seems you two will be recognized for your successes at Vassal and more recent ops. The event will be held tomorrow at the castle.
Oh. I'm not really good with the formal stuff.
What are you, crazy? Do you have any clue how rare a chance to meet the princess is? They say that House Rangries, the Archdukes of Gallia, are descended from the Valkyrur. If that's true, Princess Cordelia herself is a Valkyria, and we get an audience with her.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Just don't forget to wear dress uniforms, gentlemen. I'll meet you both at Castle Randgries tomorrow evening.
Yeah. So much for my plans to go bird watching tomorrow.
Castle Randgries.
I hope they don't mess this up.
Sorry to keep you, Captain.
Goodness, Welkin, I hardly recognized you.
Yes, Captain. Alicia helped me get ready this evening. She kept punching me when I told her she couldn't come with me. I'm still sore.
Well, consider it combat experience.
Wow, Welkin. No grass stains or anything.
Very funny, Faldio. Nice hat, by the way.
Yeah, I never did like the look of these ugly things. I've been boycotting them.
Hey, don't you all look nice?
Good evening, Miss Ellett. Here to cover the banquet tonight?
You know it. Apparently, an ambassador from the Federation's been invited to the party. I smell a plan to sign up an alliance between Gallia and the Federation at work here.
But Gallia's national policy has always been to shun alliances and remain neutral.
I figure it's mostly the idea of Prime Minister Borg, Princess Cordelia's regent. He's using her youth as carte blanche to do whatever he and the other nobles want. With all due respect, the princess isn't much more than a mouthpiece for his policies now.
We're about to attend a banquet, and now I've gone and lost my appetite.
It's about time to enter. Let's go.
Far from the battlefield.
Highness, thank you for your presence on this occasion. Might you grace this assemblage with a word?
Honored ladies and gentlemen, if I may, I appear before you today at the peak of joy. For now, two great powers join together. Gallia and the Federation pledge their allegiance as we seek to build together an eternal peace for Europa.
Know this. The honor of dear Gallia, in fact her very freedom, is currently under attack and hangs by the thinnest thread you can imagine. But while Princess Cordelia remains on the throne, she who is the scion of the Valkyrur's ancient blood promise, no force on this earth will ever see this nation defeated. Is that not so, Princess?
Yes. I draw strength from the Valkyrian bloodline, and my heart is a repository of justice.
I am nearly at a loss for words. The privilege of brokering peace with you, Your Highness, has been the greatest honor of my life, and I thank you for it. With bountiful stores of Ragnite and your strategic position between East and West, you've become the foundation of Europa. In this time of peril, the Foundation is grateful and happily joins hands in crushing the Imperial threat before us.
They just want to be sure they're the ones who control us when this is over. Make no mistake, the Federation would conquer Europa the same as the Empire. This is stupid.
It is hard to accept what he's saying.
As long as we fight as one, the Empire's forces will never be a danger.
We shall topple the Empire and rid the world of their threat. And then we shall unify Europa and govern under our great banners.
All of Europa. Well, there's something we haven't heard before.
We're not fighting this war so we can invade another country. Absolutely. All we want is to keep our homes and our families safe.
Now, my friend, let us put an end to all these formalities and raise a glass to honor this historic alliance.
Yes, a toast to the shining future that awaits. Cheers!
Cheers!
Where are you going? I've got a bad taste in my mouth. This is garbage. I'm out of here. I'm going home, Welkin. See ya.
Faldio?
Not the craziest response, honestly. It's interesting. Early on when we hit that one other Valkyria that we met, the one that attacked us, and I was hypothesizing that because the Darkson are defined by their dark hair, I was wondering if the Valkyria were defined by their bright, like white or gray hair, because she looked rather striking in an appearance that in a way that doesn't match any other character we had seen so far, and she had that one spiral weapon. And so, interestingly enough, we encounter this princess character who similarly has a spiral weapon pike thing in her hand, which seems ceremonial, but it has similar patterns, I believe. And interestingly, my question goes a little unanswered because her hair is completely covered. I don't know if I should expect any trend in the eyes, in the eye color in particular, but the hair is completely covered, which kind of masks that a bit. Interestingly, I'm noticing that so far I believe I've met 2 Darkson and 2 Valkyria, if she's supposed to be Valkyria too. And the other Darkson being that there's of course Ys, but then there's one member of the squad that's just a random girl with black hair that seems to be called a Darkson. Or she has Darkson Bond as a trait and has dark hair, so I think that means they're a Darkson, but it's a little hard to make out the details. If those are all Darkson, then or even if they're not, so far 100% of Darkson and Valkyria that have been introduced as such, I believe, have all been female. I don't know if that trend will break or not, or what exactly that means. We'll find out. Maybe even in this chapter, because it's called the Valkyrian Bloodline.
I'm glad that's over.
We should be heading back soon. I believe the exit was this way. Oh!
Princess Cordelia!
I'm so terribly sorry. Are you all right, Your Highness?
I am unharmed.
I cannot begin to apologize. Please forgive my clumsiness.
Do not trouble yourself. I bid you a safe return and a good night.
Your Highness, are you really in support of an alliance with the Federation?
Lieutenant Gunther, have you lost your mind?
Please forgive me. I'm aware that what I'm saying may be out of line. But seeing you tonight, I got the feeling that your opinion is being ignored.
I am still young. All political matters are handled by my regent, Borg. The protection of Gallia and of the Valkyrian bloodline is my fated onus. Their protection does not require my personal feelings. I need only live by the laws set forth by those who come before me. I bid you once more, good night.
Your Highness.
Do you copy? It's me. The mark is alone. Now is our chance. You know the plan. Have the armored car on standby. Once I have the mark, I'll be there.
Well, I'll leave you here. Good night, Welkin.
Good night, Captain.
Wait! Hold it, Verrat! Verrat! Terrible news!
General Damon, what's the problem?
Princess Cordelia's been kidnapped!
Kidnapped? It can't be.
Yes, it was that Federation ambassador. He was a spy all along.
So the Federation takes her under their protection, and Gallia along with her. Typical, considering the sorts of backroom dealings and extortion they've used till now.
So get on it! Verrat, you've got to get her back!
Understood. Lieutenant, gather your squad immediately.
Yes, Captain.
This is why you don't trust decisions made by somebody named Borg. Dreams of the Sky.
Hey, Casey, what is that thing?
It's an airplane. The first test flight succeeded during EW1. Now research is going on all over the world.
Whoa, so this is what one of those things looks like. Man, I want up in one.
Oh, hello, Leon. Chris.
Hey, Sarah, you got the day off. What are you hanging around here for?
Wait, let me guess. Are you building this airplane, Isara?
Yes, there's still a ways to go before it's complete, but the basic construction is done.
Leave it to you, Isara. You learned all this on your own?
I'm working from documents my father collected before his death.
That's amazing. I'm so impressed.
So where are you flying to once it's all done? Going on a trans-Gallian tour, maybe?
First, I'd like to take my brother up in it. Once, when we were young, he and I were out bird-watching when he mentioned it. That he wished he could fly like they did. That's my goal. I've been pursuing this project bit by bit in my free time.
Oh, that's real sweet!
Isara, can I ask you a favor? Please, let me help you build your airplane.
What?
I want to become an engineer of your caliber someday, Isara. I feel like watching you work would help me learn a great deal. Please, Isara.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Hey, then can I help out too? Come on.
You don't mind?
Of course not. I may not look bright, but I've been working my butt off in R&D for a while.
Of course. Well, thank you both.
All right.
That's the emergency siren.
What's happening at this hour?
Let's ready the Edelweiss. I'm sure that whatever it is, it's urgent.
Absolutely. I'll help you prep it.
I wonder when she was having time to build that. I don't have a great idea of the time scale we're dealing with here, but it has felt like we're constantly on these long campaigns out in the middle of nowhere where she's inside a tank. So there must be these big breaks between these chapters where she has time to be at a home city where she can work on a plane that she can't take with her everywhere because it's huge. Kidnapping of Cordelia. Time for the big mission.
We have an emergency on our hands. Princess Cordelia has been kidnapped by Federation operatives.
The armored vehicle carrying the princess is headed for the port at the southern end of the combat area. Spread out your soldiers and stop the vehicle. Your objective is to disable the vehicle's engine and rescue Princess Cordelia. Use rifles and machine guns to strike the vehicle's weak point and bring it to a stop. Explosive weapons like tank cannons, lances, and grenades are off limits. The risk to the princess is too great. Letting that car reach either of these 2 points will mean allowing their escape. We can't let that happen. We've also got word that Federation Special Forces have been sighted in the area. They'll be protecting the vehicle. They may be wearing Gallian uniforms, but they're real feds. Don't think twice about pulling those triggers. It's a dark night out there. You won't be able to get a visual on enemies past a certain distance. Stay sharp. So we need to catch the armored car without blowing it up and without it escaping. Keep Welkin alive, 20 turns, keep the base camp safe. That would be funny if this big escape and somehow them taking over my base. It's like, that's the opposite of what they were trying to do. Alright, so we need to disable its engine. Using machine guns very specifically. Oh! And you have to scatter people around the base. So my information's a little shaky here. We know that they're trying to go to the south. So logically, they're probably starting at the north. Going from our unit positions, we know that the top left corner up here is where Welkin is set to. So if Welkin's right there in the top left, that would mean that our objective is probably somewhere in the top right, I would assume, because they probably wouldn't put him directly next to Welkin. I've placed Largo off in the distance. It's not really showing the right person here, is it? Well, down here is Largo, and up here is Rosie. I want Rosie near the objective. I assume that somewhere up here, could be still to the left, I guess, but it's probably in the top right, so I want her to be closest, because she has the more limited movement range. And then I put Alicia and one of the other shock troopers down in the middle, because Alicia, no matter where the enemy is, they should be able to reach that character. Also, to get all three of those characters down for the bonus CP. And down here, there's another ranger. So, 2 rangers, 2 shock troopers, and 1 lancer, just because I think this extra CP is probably going to help me. We'll see how it goes.
Your mission is to rescue Her Highness unharmed. Failure isn't an option on this one, soldiers.
Failure is never an option on any of the missions. I mean, it's technically an option.
They can't get to the harbor. We stop them here. Squad 7, move out.
To the harbor, full steam. The ship's waiting there to take us out of Gallia. Apologies for the cramped quarters, Your Highness. We'll have you comfortable soon.
Lieutenant, it's likely the ambassador has the princess with him inside that armored vehicle.
Use firearms to stop it with minimal force, then recover the princess. Don't lose them. Tank shells, anti-tank lances, and grenades are off limits. You could harm the princess.
Understood, Captain.
Welks, even if we can't attack with it, the Edelweiss can still block their path. Yeah, on a narrow road like this, there's no room to slip past a tank in your way.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get the princess back safe.
Oh, they're starting in the top left. That makes it pretty unambiguous. They seem to have moved from A1 to A2. And it looks like the Edelweiss is stuck in this B area. Because there's little no tank signs on the map. Interestingly, they've even shaded off the parts that the tank can't reach. So can it not crush through that wall then? Okay, so that's how the time limit applies here. So I can go in front of this path to block them from going through that path, but ultimately they're going to keep going along this other direction, and so they're still going to take. There's still a no tank path that goes through the entire outer border. So even if I keep blocking them, I can't block them forever. So we do need to destroy them quickly. Our people are distributed all about. Rosie is relatively close by. One of my first goals is probably going to be to move the Edelweiss directly in front of them. Let's review our orders, because I actually don't know how many we've had so far. We can increase ally invasion, anti-personnel power, defense, accuracy, anti-tank attack power. It's damage boost CP. Yeah, this probably counts as a tank if it has a weak spot. Increase defense, and awaken potential. Awaken one ally's innate abilities, potentials. Wait, so can I just use this to give somebody an extra potential? Is it permanent? Is it just like a level up your character power, basically? That's interesting. Anyway, first objective should be to put this tank in the way. I complain sometimes the map doesn't make things clear enough, but this time it's pretty unambiguous.
Welks, do you see the vehicle's headlights?
You're right. We can use those lights to tell its position and orientation.
Like, there was some moments in the, when we were in the forest, where I was like, this map does not tell me where the path is. Thankfully, the little corner of the world, this little corner map that they make, does have better information usually, but the mission map wasn't quite as helpful last time in the forest. But here, the mission map tells me everything I need to know. Alright, oh, I'm all out of CP. I sure hope that counts as blocking them, because I can't move anymore, awkwardly enough. Alright, let's see what we can do with Rosie. They said there's going to be enemy soldiers about, but she should be resistant to enemy fire, more or less. Oops. You can't spot me. Haha. Shit. Wasn't quite ready to run out of CP there. That was awkward.
Target armored car sighted.
Ow.
Let's do this thing.
Yep. Oh, that's not good. That's not good for me. Let's see here. Let's see what I can do here. Damage has been taken. How am I doing on CP? AP, I mean. Ah, fuck. Well, that didn't go according to plan at all. Okay. I may have made a mistake here. I thought I could just sneak up behind it. I'm in some trouble here. That turret that machine gun's more dangerous than I was expecting it to be. Might be able to make progress with a scout, but the damage will probably be low because it's not a shock trooper. But we can at least move fast.
My turn, okay?
Maybe my last chance. I don't necessarily need to save Rosie, due to the nature of her being a permanent character. But now I'm very unlikely to make it through in one turn. Let's take out their scout. Here we go. Should at least good at that. I can just end my turn here because I think I have one more CP. Not that I had much more ability to move. Four shots to kill. Let's guarantee that a little more. Come on. I shouldn't be able to miss, right? It's a little in the territory. There we go, we're good. There we go. We're in the clear. That turret's gonna shoot me, though. There's no sandbags around. I wonder which way it's gonna face if it moves. It's gonna have to come this way if my tank's blocking correctly. In which case... let's just hide behind this container right here. That'll hopefully help me out. Because I can't make it to the enemy this turn. I have to just accept that. Alright. Sorry, Rosie. We kind of blew it, didn't we? But at this range, Alicia will probably have a lot of consecutive attacks they can do. Unless we get totally flooded by surprise soldiers.
What are you doing? Don't stop! Go! Go!
Gallian tank sighted ahead, sir. It's blocking the road completely.
Clever little monkeys. Very well. We'll take another route.
Tank. That's a militia model.
This is embarrassing. Sorry, boss. I'm out of here.
Fire!
That's pretty negligible. But yeah, thankfully I can be pretty reckless with my indestructible characters like Rosie. Huh. It'll cost me 2 CP to even move the Edelweiss. Whereas Alicia, going for the attack, he should be right around here. Gonna want to give the orders for bonus damage. We'll see if this works out.
This is an order.
The question is whether I can get behind it without getting obliterated.
Be merciless.
Here we go. And I just realized I didn't save at the beginning of this mission, so if I mess this up completely, I'll have to start over the entire process. Bye. You can't see me. Trying to get in the right position here. Hey you, how many shots will this take? Let's find out.
Don't even think of
Undodgeable! That tank's gonna dodge that shot so hard. That's not encouraging. I can do more actions, but not a lot.
Armored vehicle sighted.
Yeah, we got that. 2 more actions. That's not the best. I suppose you got any crits in you. Actually, it might make it. It's actually just on the border of like, I can't quite tell.
My turn, okay?
If I knew how much hit points it had exactly, I could tell you if this is gonna work or not. Is that less than a third? It looks like it might be less than a third left, but it's hard to tell. Oh, tragedy. Alright, well... ideally, I would hide behind something. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know if that turret can turn around that far either. It has, like, a couple hit points left. Holy shit. How much can I move in a turn? I could give it a shot. Fuck! Nope. Well, there goes Alicia.
Help me.
My attempt to not get her killed got her killed. Alright, so now it's gonna press forward. But at that point, if it goes forward one tile...
Ambassador, the vehicle's taking damage! It won't last long at this rate, sir!
Make it last long enough! It just needs to get us to that harbor. As soon as the princess is on Federation land, we'll own this little country!
The vehicle's taking heavy damage. Won't be long now.
Alright, now we have to be careful, because anyone else I use actually can be defeated.
I'm sorry, Welkin. I'm pulling out.
Alright, the two characters that can't die are down. So now there's consequences if somebody goes down, because it could take out somebody that actually could go down. Especially since Largo can't help. Oh! Is he gonna fire on you? Oh, well that's nice. It went up right up to Hans. I was gonna say I could take him out with the Edelweiss, because the Edelweiss has a machine gun. But at this range, Han makes the most sense. I'm curious if this is the entire mission or if there's a twist. Because this honestly seems really quick and easy.
Mr. Ambassador, Allied units have reached their station, sir.
You don't get to be my age without learning to plan for contingencies.
Damn, they had backup waiting in the wings. Keep an eye on enemy positions when moving, Sevens.
Alright, I botched it with Rosie, and now we're losing CP because of all the people going down. But I can make up for it with Han. And I'm wondering if there's going to be a twist, because last time something seemed straightforward. The mission got twice as long when a surprise happened. The evade boost or defense boost? I don't really trust dodge. Let's just make Han hard to hurt. If he can get past the machine gun just long enough for one attack, he won't even need a damage boost. 20 bullets directly into the radiator would take it out. I feel like I gotta be able to make it that far in one turn, right? Fuck! You deserve this. There we go. Yeah, given how vulnerable that thing is, that was a surprisingly bad plan by the enemies.
Let's get Her Highness out of there.
Hey, I got an A. Interesting. Does losing units have 0 impact on your score? Because I lost 2 units, and by other strategy games properties, that would mean, like, you did awful, how could you? But, by this game's standards, that was the best performance I've ever given in any mission so far. Congratulations. Unless I got an H. I couldn't really tell.
Your Highness, are you all right?
I am unharmed. Oh, good.
Being princess ain't all fancy dinners, huh? Gotta be hard carrying a whole country.
Can it, Rosie? That's the Princess of Gallia you're talking to.
No, it's quite all right. She speaks the truth. As scion of the Valkyrur, it is my fate to live and die for Gallia's well-being.
Are you sure that isn't just your excuse, Your Highness?
What?
If you label the status quo fate, you can run from the responsibility of changing it.
You too, Welkin. Have a little respect here.
Every living thing in this world struggles to live and pass life on to a new generation. They use all the instincts and animal wisdom they can just to live that one day longer. That powerful animal will to live is, I think it's a beautiful part of nature. Your Highness may be descended from Valkyria, and that may carry a burden. The old ways and traditions you follow may be important to uphold. But I hope that you won't throw away the will to live your own life because of them.
That's enough, Welkin. Give it a rest.
Perhaps it is as you say, and I have been running from responsibility unknowingly. It is indeed mine to consider my life's role within the Valkyrian bloodline.
Your Highness.
I am most envious of your ability to speak your mind so frankly. But time enough remains to consider my role by my own will. Thank you for your words, Lieutenant.
Not at all.
Wow! Even a princess's gut'll wake up and say hi when it's empty.
I am.
Rumbling bellies are a clever bit of animal wisdom all humans share. Alicia, have we got anything to eat?
You bet. I brought some of the cinnamon rolls I baked this morning. Here you are, Your Highness. Thank you kindly. I have not had such bread before, but it is quite agreeable.
I don't know if it's just me, but it's weirding me out how everybody eats with their gloves on. I just can't imagine ever wearing gloves when I eat, I guess.
I'm glad.
All right, let's get Her Highness back to the capital.
She's been rescued. The secret was to shoot the thing a lot until it stopped being a thing the way that it's supposed to be. And then we saved the princess. The award ceremony. This is the fastest I've ever saved a princess in any video game.
And so Princess Cordelia returned, safe through the efforts of Militia Squad 7. Its leader, Welkin Gunther, was celebrated as rescuer to the nation's sovereign and awarded the prestigious Gallian Medal of Honor.
Lieutenant Welkin Gunther, step forward.
Sir!
For excellence in valor and deed, you are hereby awarded this honor. Your Highness, please bestow the medal upon the young lieutenant.
Gladly. Congratulations, Lieutenant Gunther.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Though I have yet to reach an answer, your question drives me still. To understand my responsibility as sovereign and as a single human life.
Your Highness.
Oh, and know that one tradition already lies sundered by my will. I had the cooks add cinnamon rolls to my daily breakfast.
Alicia will be happy to hear it.
Lieutenant Gunther, you forget yourself.
Sir, my apologies.
With this, today's ceremonies are ended. Highness, would you grace us with a word?
Lieutenant Gunther, I hope your allegiance to Gallia stands firm evermore.
Yes, Princess.
Lieutenant Gunther, I am sorry. There is something more I have not told you. Please, be safe.
So she is still keeping a secret. I am kind of wondering if she's just not a member of the Valkyr, because, we have, like, no sample size here, but the one other Valkyr would not be very easy to take as a captive. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of the secret. Or she just knows something's gonna happen. Fears of a Patriot.
Welkin, I'm coming in.
Sure, it's open.
Ooh, is that it? Not bad, man. You sure made a name for yourself this time.
It was pure luck I was there.
So have you seen the headlines? The ones that say nothing about the kidnapping? That reporter tells me Borg's the one pressuring the media into suppressing it.
But why suppress it?
If word got out about what happened, Gallia's relationship with the Federation would suffer. We've got our hands full fending off the Empire. We can't afford a war on two fronts. So he has the whole thing covered up. I'll bet he goes on acting like it never happened.
Wow.
Welkin, this hurts. It's painfully obvious how shaky Gallia's standing is. I know the world's history is an endless chain of big fish eating little fish. Both of us know the weak bow to the strong. It's history and it's nature. A minor nation like ours is an easy mark, even before you add the rift within our army. Welkin, no offense, but I hope nature's wrong this time.
I don't know what to tell you, Faldio.
Chapter 10. Liberation of Thousand.